Scale drawings. Before we get into scale drawings, we're going to do a little bit of vocabulary. What are congruent figures? Congruent figures are the exact same size and shape. Remember, congruent means equal. So for it to be a congruent figure, all corresponding or matching sides and angles are equal. Are these shapes congruent? Name the corresponding sides and angles. We have triangle ABC, and it is congruent to triangle DEF, because if you flip this one over, the D is the same as the A, the E is the same as the B, and the F is the same as the C. The sides are also equal. AB has one mark on it. ED also has one mark on it. So those are the same. AC is the same as DF. And BC is the same as EF. What are similar figures? Similar figures, they have the same shape but a different size. This happens when the side lengths are proportional and the corresponding angles are congruent. Let's take a look at some similar shapes. So it specifically says these are similar shapes, meaning all the angles are the same. So we got 4 right angles in this one, and we got 4 right angles in this one. All the angles are congruent, but the sides are proportional. One's clearly a larger rectangle than the other. So we have to set up a proportion. The small rectangle is 8 units long to 2 units wide. The other rectangle is 16 units long and X units wide. Notice I made everything match. Now you need to solve the proportion. One way to solve the proportion is 8 times 2 is 16. 2 times 2 is 4. So the width of this rectangle has to be 4 units. What do we mean by scale in scale drawing? Scale is a ratio where we compare the distance on a drawing to the actual distance in real life. So you can write it as a ratio, a fraction, where the drawing is the numerator, the actual real life dimension is in the denominator. You can also write it with a colon, where the drawing would be first, comparing that to the actual real life distance. So here's a scale drawing. I made one of my basement because I want to finish the basement, and you can't finish your basement without getting a permit from the city, and the city won't give you a permit unless you give them a scale drawing showing what changes you want to make to your basement. So this is my plan for changing my basement. Notice it has a scale here. It has 1 with 2 quotes. That means 1 inch equals 4, and 1 quote mark is feet. So 1 inch equals 4 feet. Let's say I wanted to find out how long the whole basement is. And I measure it with a ruler, and I find that it's 7 inches. And I would want to know how long is the basement in real life. So I would set up the proportion. The drawing is 1 inch to 4 feet in real life. The basement's 7 inches long. And I want to find out what that is in real life. So one way we could do that is we could cross multiply. 1 times x is x equals 4 times 7 is 28 feet. The basement is 28 feet long. Now let's say I wanted to add in a hot tub. I want to have a hot tub in my basement. And in real life, that hot tub is 10 feet by 10 feet. So now I need to know what size that would be in inches for the drawing. The drawing is 1 inch, is 4 feet in real life. My hot tub is 10 feet, so it has to match up with the 4 feet. And I want to know how many inches that would be on the drawing. Notice I made the inches match up with inches, feet match up with feet. Cross multiply. 4 times x is 4x. 1 times 10 is 10. Now I just got to solve this equation. Divide both sides by 4 so that x is equal to 10 divided by 4, which is 2.5 inches. So if I decided to put my hot tub in this drawing and in my basement, I'd have to draw it 2.5 inches by 2.5 inches. The diameter of the Earth is 7,917 miles. A globe has a scale of 1 inch is 250 miles. What is the diameter of the globe? So the scale is 1 inch is 250 miles. And that's going to be equal to the diameter of the globe in inches, which we don't know, over 7,917 miles. Easiest way to solve this one is to cross multiply. We see that we got 250x is equal to 7,917. This is 250 times x. The opposite of that is to divide both sides by 250. So we find that x, when we divide that, is about 31 7/10 inches.